him. I said, oh please, 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 no. You're just not funny, I know.
This water rocks. It's Italian water called Rochetta or Rocchetta. Never remember that kind of pronunciation. I think it's Rochetta. Naturale. Acqua minerale naturale. The way I like it. And it's in a glass bottle, which means it tastes better, purer. Yeah, it's really nice water. I'm such an Italian water snob now. I really love my Italian water, especially the water from Tuscany. Anyway, okay, let's set the timer and go. Welcome to part 3 of K.A.Q, Kazzart Answers Questions. Okay, let's jump into it. Mr. Moo Moo 521 asks, what would be your absolute favourite food, dish or place to eat out? I love food. Smiley. I had to think about this one, and you didn't mention a particular country or city or location, so I'm going to have to say Italy. As my favourite place to eat, and probably my favourite food as well would be found in Italy. To narrow it down, I would say Tuscany. There are a couple of places in Tuscany that would make it into my, I'm going to have to make it a list, my favourites list of places to eat. One of them is a little place that I found in my most recent trip there. It's a restaurant called Ristorante di La Mole, in a little tiny town called La Mole, which is just on this really high hill above Greek in Chianti. So it's in the Chianti region, and it basically overlooks the entire Chianti region as far as San Gimignano, which is in the Siena region. So it's quite a view. And this little restaurant is just amazing, and on a clear day you can actually see the towers of San Gimignano from there. And the food there is amazing. I had the best porcini mushroom pasta tagliatelle, fresh mushroom tagliatelle, and yeah, that's probably one of the best pasta dishes that I've ever had. Yeah, it's a restaurant, so it's a fine dining place. The food is really, really good, and the views are just spectacular. So that's one. And another place would be the little town of Saturnia in South Tuscany. I don't know what it is about that town, but the food there is just amazing. There's just, it's just a tiny little town, one small piazza, and a number of restaurants in that piazza. And there's a particular restaurant called Due Cibi. It's actually, there are two places. There's the Trattoria Due Cibi, and there's the Enoteca. Enoteca is like a wine bar with sort of fine dining, whereas a trattoria is slightly more casual dining. But the food, is run by the same people, and the food in both places is just phenomenal. It is amazing, so good. And my favourite olive oil comes from Saturnia. So yeah. What else? There's a piazza in Venice called Campo San Margherita, and it's not in the main piazza. It's a little bit hard to find actually, but if you can find it, there's a little pizza place there. It's just a takeaway place. It's not a sitting restaurant or trattoria, and they serve some of the best pizza I've ever had in Italy. It's amazing, and it's so cheap. There's another pizza place actually that was really good in San Vincenzo can't quite remember what it's called though. If I do remember, I'll put it in the description box up in the corner over there. Okay. Oh yeah, in that piazza in Venice, Piazza Campo San Margherita, there's also the best gelato that I've ever had in Italy. It's called Il Dolce. And yeah, if you ever have the chance to go there, do it. And you have to try the hazelnut gelato because it is the best hazelnut gelato I've ever tasted anywhere in the world. And it's just, oh, it's phenomenal. It tastes so much like hazelnut. It's just so fragrant. It's just, yeah. And the chocolate gelato there is really good as well. So try that too. Alrighty then. Okay, there's one more place, one more restaurant in Italy that I'd like to know. Is the Ristorante Canessa in Baratti, which is basically it's near San Vincenzo, which is just south of Livorno on the Tuscan Mediterranean coast. It's called the Baratti Gulf. It's a gulf, and it's just one of the most beautiful places that I've been to in Tuscany. The water there is the clearest, bluest waters that I've ever seen, and the restaurant there sits, at the end of the town around there, and basically the terrace, or the restaurant and terrace, overlooks the water and the Gulf, and it's amazing. And they serve, of course, fish and seafood there. They serve all these variety of freshly caught fish from the local region, from the local waters. And yeah, so the fish was pretty damn good there. Okay then. Next question from emmbee. Hello. If you and Kwai ever find yourselves touring the States and have time to spend a day or two here in Kansas City, would you allow me to take the two of you around and vastly expand your appreciation of jazz? We have a bit of history here, don't you know? Alright, yes, if we ever are in the area, for sure. Okay, next question. Okay, how do I say this? JMaruyama, is that how you say your name? What advice / tips would you give to others thinking about setting up their own YouTube vlog? I assume you mean people setting up their own YouTube vlog for the first time. Gosh. Well, I'm not exactly the most experienced YouTuber around here. I'm sure there are others who could, who are a lot more experienced than me that could impart more wisdom. But off the top of my head, what advice I'd give? Well, get yourself a camera or webcam that is able to record. It doesn't have to be great quality, but at least 320 by 240 videos. Learn a little bit about video editing, even if it's just enough to know what I mean by 320 by 240, and how to use something like Windows Movie Maker. A little bit of editing goes a long way. And I mean, even better, pick up something like Adobe Premiere Elements. But that's, for someone new, that's a bit of a steep learning curve. Okay, so other than that, just be yourself, Your vlogs are all about you, so vlog about whatever you're passionate about. Be creative. I mean, you don't have to be the best speaker in the world. It doesn't matter if you're a bit shy, because that's you, and there will be somebody who enjoys watching, you know, watching you, and find something about that your videos, you know, that they like. I guess it takes a bit of getting used to talking to a camera, but you know, a couple of hints. Look at the camera. I know I don't always look directly at the lens, but it really helps when the audience feels like they have eye contact with you. I know it doesn't really help when with glasses on. You can't really see my eyes great, so I'll try and keep them open. Oh man, 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, just try to think of it like you're talking to a friend. For me, I think it's helped to get to know people who watch my videos, so it really feels like I'm actually talking to them, and that helps to make me feel a bit more natural, a bit more relaxed, because you know, it's like you're writing an email, but you're talking an email to your friends, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, try not to say too many times. That's where video editing comes in. You can kind of cut those bits out. Okay, that's time up. So, until next time, stay tuned for part... I've lost track. Okay.